3 men gave their lives. 1 barely survived. This piece, of course, is the lone survivor car, and based on Marcus Luttrell and what those guys did, Axelson, Dietz, and Murphy, and Marcus was the only one that survived, of course. And he started the Lone Survivor Foundation. So this car is going to be auctioned, and the money is going to go 100% of it to that Lone Survivor Foundation.
My name is Ronnie Raines. I'm a businessman from Odessa, Texas. I met Marcus Luttrell. He had the pleasure of having him on my ranch, visiting one of my Wounded Warrior events, and decided to do this car for him, and Mickey was gracious enough to do the artwork for me.
I did this for Ronnie, we've done several vehicles for, and a really great guy who's an ex-Vietnam Army soldier himself, and he's always taken care of and been a big tributor to any of the military programs, Wounded Warriors, and anything like that. He's got a big ranch in Texas where he brings a lot of those wounded guys, severely wounded and burnt, just terrible, triple amputees. There's just guys that have just been brutalized, and he brings them to that ranch, and those guys get to be men again there.
Well, for us, we've been involved with Mickey Harris for a lot of years. He's been an incredible artist that we've worked with on a lot of different projects over the years. And because he's been someone that's had such a long history with doing incredible murals in the Pentagon or working on multiple tribute vehicles, he befriended a gentleman named Ronnie Raines, and Ronnie Raines has used Mickey to do quite a few tribute things.
The paint job, the hood actually is just spectacular. Whenever we came up with this project, Mickey's the kind of guy that you don't really need to tell him what to do. You just tell him what your idea is and just turn him loose. And so I didn't have much input on how it was done, but if I'd have thought about it, I'd have done it just exactly like he did it.
Very dark silhouetted eagles all throughout, with a little bit of the pearl that we used around so that they show up again, is signifying that, the rest of us. So that these guys, when they're out there, we hope that they know that so many of us back here at home really do care about what it is they're doing. This is the Afghan. His last name was Gulab, I think, is how he pronounced it. And Marcus Luttrell, he's the guy that saved him and took him into his village. So I wanted to have him on there and give him some honor too, because without him, this story would never have been told.
For us, yeah, it's an emotional thing, but it's also a matter of pride. We're very, very glad to be involved. Mickey uses our SATA Graph 4 airbrushes, and like I said, he was one of the co-designers, helped us with the engineering and coming up with ideas on what we should do to make a finished product. So he used those airbrushes. We have an art brush called a SATA Graph 20B that's a pistol grip airbrush. He uses our mini jets, which is a small spray gun that he uses to do a lot of his murals, a lot of his artwork.
It's a very standout car, and a lot of the airbrush community is just amazed by it. We have donated the car to the Lone Survivor Foundation, and we're trying to get this into Barrett-Jackson in January, and we'll auction the car, and the proceeds will go to the Lone Survivor Foundation. 100% of it will.
Everybody at SATA that got behind us on the whole thing too, so it's been a great adventure, and it's a real honor for me to be able to do this tribute to these guys.